Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Definitely glad that you guys are still with us. If you want to be down with us, give us a call at 804-402-2893 as we move into the socially conscious and entertainment hour. 804-402-2893. I'll get Carlton Banks to answer the phone, and hopefully he won't say nothing offensive to you while he screens the call. So we'll go ahead and do that. And of course, I have to pick on him and wait for him to respond. But since he ain't saying nothing, I'll go ahead and transition.
I'm gonna let you get that one.
You're gonna let me get that one. I appreciate that. All right, Miss Aisha, if you would go ahead and rejoin the discussion and say hello to the listeners that are just joining us. We appreciate you being here with us tonight and rejoining the discussion.
Hello, everybody. Again.
Again, all right. Here's what we're going to do. And we still got Kate up with us on the live line. We're going to go into some what the hell. We got a couple, and we're going to do 2 segments. And then when we come out of that last segment, we're going to save the balance of the show for Carlton Banks' question. What do you think about it? I know what the question is. It's definitely going to be something that we'll have a good discussion. We got Kate up on the line specifically for that segment. And then I've got a piece that I want to add to it as well. So I'm definitely excited for that. Stay with us until the duration of the show because we got a great one. But we got some what the hell, and the first couple of the kind of what we like to call the wacky stuff, you know, the essence of the what the hell, the whole reason why we do what the hell, Miss Aisha. We're going to come to you on this one first. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my computer around. Don't say anything. I'm showing you something right now. You see the picture, okay?
Yes, I see
You see the picture. All right. Yes, she's laughing. Okay. You don't need to see the picture. You know what the hell does. I could just read it to you. You'll be able to jump in. What it is a picture of a Wendy's employee caught eating from the Frosty dispenser. Okay, no, hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Basically, and I'm getting this from news1.com, which is black news on the web, news1.com. It's a photograph of a brother who is kneeled down on his knees, and he got the Frosty machine, and he's eating what looks like it's vanilla ice cream right from the tap, basically. And basically, we want to know what in the world is going on in fast food establishments. That's Wendy's. Now, about a couple of weeks ago, a very similar viral video or photograph, I should say, made its way around the web, where there was a white dude who was caught doing a similar thing. Some would say even more disgusting thing, working for Taco Bell, and he had a handful of tacos, which looks like, Aisha, would you say that's about, what number would you throw out? That's at least 20 tacos,
yes,
right? At least 20 tacos, and he's licking them joints from top to bottom. He's licking them. So I didn't bring this up to talk specifically about Mr. Wendy's and Mr. Taco Bell, the black dude and the white dude. So can't nobody complain. You got asses on both sides. But my question is this, Aisha. We all grew up eating fast food. Some of us still eat fast food. Do you go into a fast food joint feeling some kind of way when you see this? Because one, you can't put this all on Wendy's. You can't say that every single Wendy's that you go to, whether it be in the Richmond, Virginia area, in Atlanta, Georgia, or in Jersey City, New Jersey, my hometown, you can't say that it's a Wendy's thing. You can say this jackass, but you gotta wonder, does similar things go on and nobody sees it? What's your thoughts on that?
I think so. I mean, for me, it's a home training thing.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm very leery when I go into fast food restaurants.
Right.
Not only, because of this, but even before this. I'm the type of person, I don't even like buffets.
Yeah.
For that very reason.
Carlton Banks.
Just.
I had to tell you that there's actually a video that was worse than this.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to call out the organization.
Call them out.
Domino's Pizza.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw that video, but that Domino's Pizza video was way worse than what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
They actually served the pizza. It actually had more hits than the Domino's CEO retraction. Okay. Domino's tried to play damage control quick when they saw it.
K-Dub.
But couldn't help.
Kato, I don't know if you've seen it, but you certainly heard us roundtable it and heard the setup. Dude from Wendy's, dude from Taco Bell doing, by all accounts, just, in all seriousness, just nasty stuff. What's your thoughts, man?
Yo, well, you know what, man? I've never had to work in a fast food restaurant or fast food industry, but I'm quite sure that, guess what, before the age of cell phones and so on and so forth, this has been going on for a while. I'm not surprised by any means. I know from, us growing up or what have you, you've heard those stories or what have you where somebody might have got a potato and it looked like it's a Timberland imprint on the potato, on the French fry or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So it goes back to, trying to, treat the people that's handling your food with respect, because they could be in the back giving you the special, and it's not the special you really wanted. You know what I mean? So, I'm not surprised by it happening. I am surprised at how so many people are taking these pictures and it's going viral. Like, do you really trust this dude that's taking the picture and y'all acting like asses at the job?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you might be on World Star.
Yeah, no doubt. Ain't no how Steppin, Marcus, Jay, calm backs.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Why it's not on World Star? It'd been like, World Star, World Star.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it is, but they ain't fighting, so that's why it ain't on World Star. But, the thing of the matter is, I mean, I know, Dub, you said that you didn't. Aisha, yes or no, did you ever work in fast food?
No, sir.
Calm Banks ever worked in fast food?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so that leaves only me and me and Pretty Boy, K-Dub. You know who Pretty Boy is. Me and Pretty Boy worked. We worked in Arby's in Newport Mall in Jersey City, New Jersey, and we were a part of the inaugural workforce when they first opened up the Arby's there. And I remember going through the training, and I mean they train you on that kind of stuff. They tell you don't lick the tacos. I mean they tell you about how to be sanitary and all of that kind of stuff. And did I see some stuff that made me not want to go to Arby's? Yeah, I did. But when you see it quite like that, it's definitely disturbing. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Call us 804-402-2893. Be down with us. Next story. This one, if you're an animal lover, you're a little bit pissed off right now. And if you're a Michael Vick fan, you're a little bit pissed off right now too. This is about an officer who allegedly told a woman that wild cats were going to kitty heaven before he shot them. He came out. Apparently, you got the Ohio Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. They want the police officer who allegedly shot 5 kittens to death in a family's backyard to lose his job. Teresa Landon, who's the executive director of the animal rights group, said that Officer Barry Accordi should be fired and charged with 5 counts of animal cruelty for allegedly using his gun to fatally wound the 8 to 10 week old kittens after responding to a homeowner's call. Basically what happened was you had a bunch of cats who, they were feral, so they didn't, in all honesty, they didn't belong there. And he came out, pulled out his gun after saying that the cats are going to kitty heaven, and he shot them. 5 cats. He shot them all to death, and he allegedly told the homeowner that he isn't supposed to shoot the animals, but that his actions were justified. Now the woman, of course, was a little annoyed because there was a bunch of kids there, and the kids saw it. In a statement, the police officials said that the department is concerned about wild animals, particularly about illnesses that they may carry. However, and here's the however, that's the big one. Aisha, I'm coming to you on this one first. Under Ohio law, officers have the discretion to shoot and kill wild animals, but only if they are a nuisance or a threat to individuals. So I'll ask you first. You've got a bunch of 8 to 10 week old kittens who apparently this particular officer, Accordi, felt that they were, quote, a nuisance or a threat to individuals, and he decided to take it upon himself to send the kittens to kitty heaven. So what's your thoughts on that story?
I'm thinking at 8 to 10 weeks, they barely have their eyes open. They can't really do anything for themselves, so I don't think that they're a threat to anyone at that stage. I don't even understand why the homeowner called the police. I mean, it was a really simple solution to this. Put them in a box, take them to the SPCA, and be done with it. Yeah, I agree. Callbacks?
We just had a recent post in my subdivisions. We have a private page on a social network, and kid was getting ready to throw the cat in a dumpster. And I'm like, I'm not one to just arbitrarily adopt an animal, It's just that when I read that, that's straight up abuse, and the fact that you can go to jail for it. I think the cop really stepped out of his bounds. Again, if he's within the law, then it's up to someone like Peter to challenge that and get him on it. And he knows it. It's up to Peter to really challenge that law and say whether or not the guy was justified in doing what he was doing. Is he going to be reviewed? Probably so. I mean, cats, even though I think they are 6 to 8 weeks, they really do reproduce pretty fast. They can become mature quicker than a lot of other animals, similar to rabbits. They mature very quickly. So they could start a cat colony, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't last very long.
K-Dub, what's your thoughts on the story, man?
I think dude is bonkers. I think he should go ahead and lose his job, or be some way reprimanded. My view, to be honest with you, has changed over the last, let's say 2 years in regards to animals and the treatment of animals. I'll just say that, for what he did, that wasn't right. I mean, come on, man. I mean, there's other ways that you could have handled the situation, without going into so much detail, man. He needs to go ahead and either lose his job or be reprimanded very sternly, in my opinion.
I agree. Like Aisha said, I mean, basically, the rest of us didn't even need to say anything because the comment that she made basically was perfect. Box the kittens up and take them to the shelter. I mean, they're babies. You know what I mean? So I don't think you needed to go to Aint has Steppin with Marcus J getting a hit on the MixLR page. Simone is hitting us up, letting us know she's referencing the last story we did. She's saying that she worked at KFC, and she's agreeing with us that it's just nasty that we eating ice cream out the dispenser from the tap and we licking tacos. Aint has Steppin, Marcus J, live from the Den, LegacyInternetRadio.com. We're the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. We're glad to have you listening to us on LegacyInternetRadio.com, on Loud City, on MixLR. We got you on Winamp and Shoutcast. There's any number of ways that you can listen to our show and any of the shows that we have here on Legacy Internet Radio, including in Live in the Radio on Tuesday from 7 to 9, the Green Room version 2.0 with Jay Grizzy and Lissa P from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. And did they just play that? The Music Only show featuring yours truly, Behind the Wheels of Steel, here on Thursdays from 7 to 9 and replayed all day on Saturday. So definitely glad to have you. Two more in this segment, and we're going to move on. Danielle Powell is a woman who was kicked out of college for being a lesbian, and she now must repay the scholarship. Kate, I'm going to come to you on this one first. I'm getting this one from the Huffington Post, Black Voices. Apparently, she went to a college called Grace University. The university found out that she was involved in a lesbian relationship, which apparently is against their standards and their practices. It's a religious institution, and they ordered her to the Judiciary Board. They suspended her, and when they found out that she was still involved in the relationship, they expelled her, and they got rid of her scholarship and forced her to have to pay back. The handbook states, quote, "Any student involved in sexually immoral behavior, including premarital sex, adultery, and homosexual acts, is at minimum placed on university probation and may be subject to a judiciary hearing." And she was, of course, subsequently labeled as a sexual predator and eventually suspended. In a letter, the university's vice president, Michael James, informed Ms. Powell that she was expelled because she was, quote, being deceitful and would be impossible for the faculty of Grace University to affirm her Christian character, a requirement for degree conferral. So, Doug, I'm going to come to you on this one first. Every single person that's participating, I know for a fact we're all college graduates. I don't want to speak for anybody, and I know my mama's listening. I ain't no Christian, and I had premarital sex. Sorry, Ma. Sorry, Pop. Sorry, anybody that's offended about that. And I went to a Baptist university. I'm wondering if Virginia Union University, if they knew any of that stuff, if they wanted to kick my ass out of school. Dub, I'm going to come to you on this one first. What's your thoughts when you hear about this?
Man, I'm almost speechless. You Well, first off, I think that in regards to the school, they should not necessarily ask her to pay back the scholarship or whatever. Just cut your losses and suspend the girl, and everybody go their separate ways. Secondly, it will be interesting to know whether or not these requirements or these guidelines were conveyed to her before she actually applied or was accepted to the school. That'll be interesting to know. On another aspect, I think it's sheer ignorance. I think that is similar. Now again, understand my words. I'm not comparing. I'm not contrasting. I'm saying that there are some similar things in that type of, barring admission and so on and so forth to people of non-European color being able to go to universities in the South. It's kind of similar. It walks I'll say it walks the parallel line of that, but I'm not comparing the two. I just wonder whether or not she knew that going when she applied, when she was accepted, and when she went to the campus.
My guess, Dub. I'm gonna stop you there. My guess is she probably did, or at least have been given the information, kind of like when you sign for a credit card and they give you that big ass book you're supposed to read, and then you sign it. How many times do we read it? Most of the time we don't. So it's probably there. But she also knew that she went to a Christian university. And I mean, going to a Baptist university, a Virginia Union University, I knew there were certain things that I couldn't get caught doing.
That's walking a fine line, man. That's similar to old boy that happened at BYU where he had premarital sex and they actually kicked him off the team and he couldn't play in the NCAA. Yeah. If a lot of these schools, think about a lot of these schools you get in the South or what have you. You have schools such as like Livingstone, which is an AME Zion church, school, and different schools like that. I'm sure that they may have these things maybe written. Granted, they may be outdated, but how many of these schools really follow that to the T? That's wow, man. Well, that's wild.
My thought is because it's a homosexual type of situation, and homosexuality, of course, we know is a hot button for people on either sides of that argument. I agree with Steven Sykes, who's hitting us on the MixLR page. He said it's stupid to go through the drama. The school is doing all of this to gain attention from people who are against gay relationships. Now, in addition, she should have known the rules and not put herself in that situation. I agree with the first half. I disagree with the second half. If she's gay, she's gay. And I don't think anybody should have to hide who they are. But I do think that you got to know who you're dealing with, because I can say what I want on this radio show, but if I offend someone, if somebody calls me to the carpet, I got to deal with that. Aisha, what's your thoughts on the story?
I agree with what everybody is saying so far. The only thing, for her sake, I wish she would have read the fine print and applied to a different school that would have accepted her for who she is. Right.
Carlton?
The problem she faces is that the school has ground rules. If you break the ground rules, and whether you know it or you don't know it, you're bound by those rules. So if she went into the college with that preference, she knowingly broke that rule, then knowingly you owe the money back.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I really don't want to agree with you on this one. And it's not about agreeing with you, because in all seriousness, it's one of those situations where, if you knew and you were trying to get over based upon those rules, then you kind of got to deal with it. Now, do I agree with the rule? No, but the rule is the rule, and everybody there has to deal with the rule. So if you choose not to and you get caught, then cool. It's like all of us, all four of us get in our car, and I would venture to say that every single day we get in our car, we speed. Like every single day we get in our car, we speed. And we take the chance that we get pulled over and we get a ticket. Now, hopefully we won't. Hopefully we don't. But on that one day where we happen to get caught out there and we know we speed, we can sit there and we can try to, be cool and show our credentials, to the police officer, whatever those credentials may end up being, and try to get out of that ticket. But at the end of the day, you knew you were speeding, and you might end up getting a ticket for it. They know how to step in Marcus J. Last story in this segment before we move on. Actually, Steven is actually clarifying his statement. He wasn't saying to hide her beliefs. He's saying she should have not put her situation by breaking the situation. If she decided to become gay after the fact, still she should realize her actions could cause her problems.
After the fact.
I don't know that you realize you're gay. Some people do, some people don't. But that's something I guess we would need to know a little bit more intimately. Her situation, her personal situation. The article does not allude to it. And this one, of course, I'm also getting from news1.com. It does not allude to the fact one way or the other how long she had been lesbian. It just says that she was. Me personally, I'm on record as saying that I support people's right to do whatever the hell they want to do. You know, whether I personally agree with it or not is irrelevant, because it ain't about me. It's about you. And if you choose to go down that route, then that's cool for you. But at the same time, if you choose to go to a university that has this kind of jacked up rule, then you know going in that you could be subjected to some sort of punishment. Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J. Last story in this segment is from Techieville.com.
Techieville.com.
Techieville.com. Now this one right
Where
here.
they at?
Techieville.com. Dub, I want you on this one first. I'm gonna just read the byline on this one. Shoplifter, because you know I always got to get.
It's already starting bad.
It's already bad, right? I always got to get at least one jacked up criminal like the dude a couple of weeks ago who got 50 years for stealing ribs. You know, cats like that guy. But this guy, shoplifter, he told a security guard that confronted him, "I'll bite you if you touch me," and he said, "I got HIV."
Uh-oh.
Yeah. This dude, 34 years old, Lufkin, Texas, charged with robbery after trying to shoplift from a store. When he got caught, he allegedly told the security guard that he has HIV and that he'll bite him if he tried to apprehend him. I don't even think we need to read any more of that one. They were trying to subdue the subject, who has a lengthy criminal history for theft, and the guy yelled at her that he has AIDS, began barking and trying to bite the security guard. This is what the police report said. And I should note, the police confirmed that the man is indeed HIV positive. Dub, you on this one first?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. You going to me? You going to me first on that one?
You first, bro.
Now that we have fully understood that dude did have HIV, that changes my whole perspective on the situation. At first, I was like, whoop his ass, but second thought, to be totally honest, damn, that's cold, man. I mean, you stuck in stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I guess he said that shit is security, right?
He said it to security, and security at that time would have no way of knowing if he's keeping it real or not.
Right. So do you play it safe and be like, bump that? They don't pay me enough to take a bite to the arm, or do you go about doing your job like on Otis or something? I mean, that's a wow.
Now this would be, Aisha, this would be a good time to have a taser in your pocket.
You read my mind.
Yeah,
you totally read my mind. I was like, where was his taser?
Yeah, man, don't tase me,
with your
bro.
billy club or your flashlight.
Call back.
Yo, first thing I would have said, okay, you don't apprehend you. Okay, stay right there. You'd have been wondering why I did what I did to you.
I'm guessing that he didn't have a taser, but it would have been nice to know if he did have a taser, because you know that would have been. Go ahead.
You know what, man, and not to throw it out there, man. There was a situation down here in Georgia that there was a security guard at a local mall, and he was getting harassed one day, and he tased this chick, man. I mean, I know it's not funny, and I believe Mark, I actually may have showed you this. Man, he made her stand up and do the lean like Michael Jackson, but I guarantee she thought twice before saying something else to do. You know, maybe he should have had the taser on him, and that all that. I got HIV, bro. You about to get popped right now too.
That's what it is. That's why Butler's hitting us up on the Mix That Law page. She's saying, play it safe. Hell no, I ain't touching you. And I tend to agree. Carlton Banks, take the last word.
You know, he could go to jail for threatening him, because I believe that's a criminal offense. If you have AIDS and you threaten somebody like that, you know, you won't get some time.
Yeah, I agree. Ain't no half step with Marcus J. Live from the den of Legacy, internetradio.com. Again, we are the flagship show of our website. Definitely glad that you guys are with us. Call us up. We're about to take a break. 804-402-2893. We got one more What the Hell segment. We're going to take a little bit more serious turn in the next What the Hell segment. Then Carlton Banks will indeed ask the question, what do you think about it? What is it? Stay with us to find out. Marcus J. No half step with K-Dub, Carlton Banks, Miss Aisha. Stay with us. Be back in a minute.